Good morning. Thank you for joining us this morning. My name's Sandra Moss, and I'm your Vice President on the Board of Trustees. And for those new to UU churches, a UU minister typically leads about 2/3 of the services a year, and on the other Sundays, like today, a guest or congregant leads the services. And today's leader is a guest speaker, Jes Hunt, and our worship associate is Allison Lonke, a worship team leader for UU St. Petersburg.
Good morning. Welcome, both in the sanctuary and online, to the Sunday service of the Unitarian Universalist Church of St. Petersburg on the unceded lands of the Tocobaga and Seminole Native Americans. My name is Jes Martinez Hunt, and my pronouns are they, them. I'm excited to bring you today's service on Renewal with today's worship associate, Allison.
Thank you, Jess. So if you want a church that advocates for love rather than hate, that believes in people's inherent worth and dignity, that believes that love is love and Black Lives Matter, and offers a place of sanctuary and hope during troubled times, I have good news. You may have found your church home. We welcome the joy and energy of our children here in service today. The nursery is open for the little ones now, and we'll sing our older children to class later in service.
After service today is the LGBTQIA+ First Sunday Brunch at 12:15. We'll be at a new location, Three Birds Tavern, inside with inside air conditioning. Please talk to Chris McDonald if you'd like to join.
And next Sunday after service is our third annual Racial Justice Team Retreat. If you're interested in attending, please talk to a representative of the Racial Justice Team. There's a lot of you, so can you raise your hands? Okay, if you would like to participate, talk to a member of our Racial Justice Team. Also, after service today, there is going to be the UU St. Pete Animal Ministry monthly meeting. It starts at 12 in Conway South. So please read the rest of your announcements in your order of service, or in our weekly newsletter, or on the TV in Gilmore during coffee hour.
As Unitarian Universalists, we're a people of diverse beliefs, but we share a common faith that every being is worthy of love, that what we do in this world matters, and that we are connected to one another and to the earth. Whoever you are, wherever you are on your journey, you are welcome here. Allow me to give a special welcome to any newcomers. If you are new to UU St. Pete, or even relatively new, can you give a little wave? And if you'd like, please briefly introduce yourself. Allison will bring the microphone to you so those on YouTube can hear what you're saying. You are under no obligation to say anything, but if you're willing, we'd love to hear from you.
Any takers? I only bite sometimes, I promise.
Just on Sundays.
Hi, I'm Richard, and I live in Sun City Center, so it's a privilege to be on the other side of the bay this morning.
Anybody else? All right, thank you.
Thank you for sharing, and thanks for silencing your cell phones. Regarding masks, again, we encourage you to wear one as you are comfortable.
All right. So now is the time for us to turn and greet our neighbors. Say hello to someone new today, but please remember to get consent if you're going to hug or shake hands. Timing you for 1 minute.
We will now sing the children to their classes.
Go now in peace, go now in peace. May the spirit of love surround you everywhere, everywhere you may go.
Now, please rise as you are willing and able for our first hymn, There's a River Flowing in My Soul, number 1007, 1007, in the Teal Hymnal. And you'll remain standing after.
There's a river flowing in my soul. There's a river flowing in my soul, and telling me that I'm somebody. There's a river flowing in my soul, in my heart. There's a river flowing in my heart. There's a river flowing in my heart, and it's telling me that I'm somebody. There's a river flowing in my heart, in my mind. There's a river flowing in my mind. There's a river flowing in my mind, and it's telling me that I'm somebody. There's a river flowing in my mind. There's a river flowing. There's a river flowing. There's a river flowing in my soul.
Please remain standing for our chalice lighting. The flaming chalice is a reminder that we choose to focus here together for this time today, and that we believe such time is sacred. When Cynthia lights our chalice, I invite you to say our covenant out loud. The words can be found within your programs and online. Feel free to follow along with the two hand movements, hand to heart, then hands reaching out like you are serving. Love is the spirit of this church, and service is its law. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another.
You may be seated. We come to the time in our worship service for joys, sorrows, and concerns. Those of you on YouTube Live are not in this room, but your presence is still felt. Please, if you have a joy, sorrow, or concern, please submit it via the text chat or send it to the minister throughout the week at minister@uustpete.org.
Right now, Deborah will place a stone in the water for each one that was submitted this week. If you have additional cards that you've filled out to bring up, please do so at this time, or ask a neighbor to bring yours up for you. The first one we have is from Amy Jackson. Sorrow over a 4th of July that didn't feel patriotic at all.
Next, we have a stone of sorrow and concern from Deb Pierce. Sorrow for the loss of Texas. Concerned that current federal administration wants the state to handle their own natural disasters. Not all states are created equal. Human lives are. Somehow more disaster than others. Collectivism helps equal states. Duh. Okay. And we will place the final stone for those joys and concerns that remain in our hearts, perhaps too tender to be spoken out loud. It is time for our responsive reading. The words can be found in your order of service. May our hearts not become calloused by the never-ending incidences of oppression and hatred that so many face each day. Rather, may we keep our hearts open to the positive efforts of so many people causing good trouble in the world.
May we have the strength to demand and gain the right for all people to have a safe place to sleep, health care to keep them strong, and the knowledge that their lives matter.
The struggle is taking longer than it should, but we will get there if we continue to strive for basic human rights.
May all of us find a comforting and compassionate presence in the warmth and fellowship of community. The mystery is that we are all connected, even when we feel apart. Let us rejoice in our beloved community that makes of the many one. So may it be. Let's take a minute of silence together.
Please join us in singing 1, 2, 3, Spirit of Life. Spirit of life, come unto me. Sing in my heart all the stirrings of compassion. Blow in the wind, rise in the sea, move in the hand, giving life the shape of justice. Roots hold me close, wings set me free. Spirit of life, come to me, come to me.
Today we will start with a reading from author Robin Wall Kimmerer, who wrote the book Braiding Sweetgrass. In the old times, when people's lives were centered in relationship with the land, there was a deep understanding of the cycles of renewal. The fields must rest after harvest. The soil must be replenished before new seeds can grow. The trees know when to let go of their leaves, trusting that new buds will come in time. There is no shame in rest, only wisdom. But somewhere along the way, we forgot. We became afraid that if we stop producing, we'll lose our value. The land has never believed that lie, and neither should we. Renewal is not a sign of weakness. It is a necessary part of life itself. It is how we make space for the next season, how we gather strength to bloom again.
morning again, beloveds. We're going to start with a meditation. As we gather here today, I invite you to settle into this moment. Take a moment to release any distractions from the world outside, any thoughts about what comes next. Maybe you need to shake it off to really relax. There's a lot of really big, heavy things going on these days. Feel your body in this space, grounded, supported, and present. In the stillness, we connect to something deeper, something more rooted than the rush of our daily lives. Let this breath be an anchor for us. And now let's center with the meditation from Jes Hunt, a simple but powerful practice of renewal. Breathe in and know that you are alive. Breathe out and know that this moment is enough. Breathe in and receive the gift of renewal. Breathe out and release all that you carry. You are here. You are whole. You are beloved. As we come back into the rhythm of this space, let us carry that stillness with us. Each breath, each moment of presence is a reminder that renewal is not something we wait for. It is something we create right here, right now. In this breath, we are reminded that we are enough, and that even in the midst of all that we carry, we have the power to begin again. Friends, I don't know about you, but I need that kind of renewal. The world we live in asks so much of us. The work of justice, of healing, of simply making it through each day. It can feel relentless. The news cycles, the struggles in our communities, the personal burdens we carry. There is always something demanding our attention. Always another need, another crisis, another call to act. And when we are constantly giving, constantly pouring ourselves into the needs of others, where does our own renewal come from? How do we keep going without burning out? Too often, we treat renewal like an afterthought, something we can get to once we've finished everything else, once the to-do list is clear, once we've helped everyone who needs us, once we've proven that we deserve it. But I want to offer a radical idea today. Renewal isn't a luxury. It isn't something we earn after we've done enough. Renewal is a birthright. It is a necessity. If we do not claim it, if we do not practice it, we will find ourselves depleted, disconnected, and unable to live into the world we are trying to build. If we want to create a just and loving world, we must also create just and loving lives, starting with how we treat ourselves. Renewal is an act of faith in the future. It is the deep, unwavering belief that we are worthy of care, that our bodies and spirits deserve tending, that the work will still be there tomorrow, but we can only do it well if we are whole. Tricia Hersey, founder of the NAT Ministry, teaches that rest is resistance. In her book, Rest is Resistance, she reminds us that in a culture built on grind and productivity, choosing to rest, choosing renewal, is an act of defiance. It says, I am not just what I produce. I am worthy simply because I exist. So let's make this real. I want you to ask yourself, when was the last time you rested without guilt? Not just slept, but true rest. When did you last take a walk with no purpose other than to notice the trees? When did you last allow yourself to stop striving and just be? For me, I know when I haven't been practicing renewal, I get impatient. I lose my sense of humor. I forget why I love this work. And so I try to weave small acts of renewal into my life. A pause before answering an email, a moment to stretch and breathe between meetings, a cup of tea at the end of the day that isn't multitasking with something else, These little acts matter. Renewal doesn't always have to be grand. It doesn't require a vacation or weeks off, though if you have that, please take it. It can be a quiet moment of stillness, a choice to step away when the weight of the world feels heavy. It can be something as simple as choosing to close your eyes for a few minutes and let the world move around you while you remain still. And yet so many of us struggle with allowing ourselves this grace. We have been taught that busyness is proof of worth, that exhaustion means we're doing enough. But beloveds, we were never meant to live like this. Our spirits were not made for endless labor, for depletion in the name of productivity. Rest is not just resistance, it is restoration. It is remembering who we are outside of what we do. And renewal is not just about us as individuals. It is communal. It is interdependent. When we embrace renewal, we make space for others to do the same. Robin Wall Kimmerer also wrote The Serviceberry and writes about gift economies, about how in nature life is built on reciprocity. A tree doesn't hoard its fruit, it offers it freely, trusting that the ecosystem will return the gift in some form. What if we lived that way? What if instead of believing we must do everything alone, we trusted the ebb and flow of community? In our UU values, we lift up interdependence, the idea that we are all woven together in a vast living web. And yet so often we resist this truth. We tell ourselves we must do it alone, that needing help is weakness. But interdependence teaches us something different. It says your renewal is bound up in mine. Your ability to rest makes space for my own. When we care for each other, we all become freer. Here's a simple way to practice that. Give someone else permission to rest. If you're a leader, don't glorify overwork. Encourage your team to take breaks. If you're a caregiver, let yourself receive care. If a friend is exhausted, don't just tell them to rest. Bring them a meal, offer a helping hand, remind them they are not alone. When we care for each other, we build the world we long for. In my own lesson, I have learned this the hard way. I spent years believing I had to be everything for everyone, that if I didn't do it, no one would. That if I stopped, everything would fall apart. And you know what? The world kept turning when I finally let go. Community moved in, people showed up, and I learned that I am not indispensable. I am deeply loved, and that is enough. I am enough. In Unitarian Universalism, our values call us toward transformation. And transformation does not happen when we are running on empty. Love, justice, and equity cannot thrive in exhaustion. Renewal gives us the strength to keep showing up. But transformation is not always easy. It asks us to let go of what no longer serves us. It asks us to trust the unknown, and that can feel uncomfortable, even terrifying. But think about nature. The changing of seasons. A tree that loses its leaves does not panic, wondering if it will ever be full again. It trusts the cycle. It knows that in letting go, it makes space for new life. We too are part of this great cycle, and yet we resist it. We hold on to old patterns, afraid that if we let go, we will lose ourselves. But what if renewal is not about losing, but about becoming? About making room for something deeper, truer, more aligned with who we are becoming? Here is my invitation to you this week. Choose one act of renewal and commit to it. Just one. Maybe it's setting your phone down and watching the sunset. Maybe it's a full night's sleep without an alarm. Maybe it's saying no to something that drains you and yes to something that fills your spirit. Whatever it is, let it be enough. Let it be holy. And if guilt creeps in, as it often does, remind yourself that rest is not selfish. Renewal is not indulgent. It is necessary. It is sacred. Beloveds, renewal is not an afterthought. It is the foundation of our work, of our relationships, of our shared liberation. We are building a world rooted in justice, equity, transformation, and love. And that means we must make lives that are sustainable, lives that make room for joy, lives that honor our deep need for rest. So let us practice renewal, not as a reward, but as a sacred right. Let us rest, knowing the work will still be there, and so will we, stronger, clearer, and ready to begin again. Amen, Ashe, and blessed be.
We eat fruit from trees planted long before we were born. May we plant seeds that bear fruit long after we're gone. In the sanctuary, the offering will now be given and received.
That which is given in love is received with great joy. Thank you. And please rise as you are willing and able for our closing hymn, number 131 in the gray hymnal, Love Will Guide Us.
All three verses, definitely. Love will guide us, peace has tried us, hope inside us will lead the way on the road from greed to giving. Love will guide us through the hard night. If you cannot sing like angels, if you cannot speak before thousands, you can give from deep within you. You can change the world with your love. Love will guide us, peace has tried us, hope inside us will lead the way on the road from greed to giving. Love will guide us through the
may be seated. Please remain seated as Jess offers us a blessing and Liam plays our postlude.
Beloveds, may you go forth knowing that renewal is your birthright, not a luxury. May you let yourself rest without guilt, without shame, and trust the sacred rhythm of your own becoming. You are enough just as you are in this moment. May you find renewal in the stillness of simply breathing, in the laughter shared with those you love, in the quiet moments between the necessary doing. May you surrender the hustle that demands more, the need to be perfect, to keep up, and remember that rest is not weakness, but strength. Know that your renewal is not just for you alone, but for the community we create together. When we rest, we rise. And as we trust in each other, we find the courage to begin again. May you be held in the embrace of love, finding strength in stillness, joy in presence, and knowing that you are never alone. Together, we begin again.
Thank you. We invite you to follow along with the hand gestures, the light of truth, the warmth of love, and the fire of courage, as Sandra Moss extinguishes our chalice. The words to UUSP's traditional chalice extinguishing are in your order of service and online in the text chat. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of love, or the fire of courage. These we carry in our hearts and out into the world. Our worship is over, but our service begins. Please join us for coffee hour in Gilmore, and if you see someone not talking to anyone, maybe go up and say hello. We hope that this time together will help you through your week and help you remember that you are not alone. Thank you. We're collecting food, y'all.